Oneyplays!
With friends.
You're supposed to go.
Fuck my ass until I die.
No, thank you.
I'll do it. I'll take one for the team.
You're gonna fuck his ass until he dies?
I mean, he asked.
I mean, yeah.
Well, now, yeah.
I finally have an excuse to do that.
Like, this game, I feel like if I put my mind to it, I could make it just like 3D wise. Like, the models aren't that, like, you know, complicated or whatever. But now games have gotten to a point where it's like it's so complicated and detailed now, like all these new.
But but you never need that. Like, indie studios are still constantly doing stuff that, like, you know, you only need a small team to make. Like,
yeah, that's true.
And if anything,
I remember that, like, Jelly Blood looked super good back in the day.
How come he looks so good here now? Did they redo this one?
This is like full up, like pre-rendered stuff.
Slaughtered like animals,
Oh.
the victims lay before him. A reminder of his own past. A past he
Looks
would
like
never
a
see.
Cannibal Corpse album cover. I wonder if they did that on purpose, like the corpse positions and stuff.
His only solace was the sea, endlessly sailing
Wow.
from one harbor to the next.
This is sad, so now I'm ocean gay.
Ocean gay?
He's gay for the ocean, dude.
He gets to fuck girls though.
Oh yeah, this is the fuck girls mini game.
Poseidon, more like whoa!
We're gonna need
Something over those.
Yeah.
Put a fine summer gown over those ladies.
A really pixelated one. Leave me alone.
He's always shouting God's names.
I have faithfully served the gods for 10 years. When will you relieve me of these nightmares?
We request one final task of you.
Man, Kratos is a little entitled, I think. He just expects the gods to relieve him of his nightmares.
Now my brother Ares lays siege as we speak.
I don't think that's so much to ask.
He's got pale privilege.
The gods relieve me of my nightmares.
Yeah.
It only took me like 2 years.
Yeah, because you were praying to the right ones.
Yeah.
It must be you, Kratos.
This one.
Only a mortal.
I wouldn't trust this one.
Why the fuck would you pray to Athena? What's she got of?
She got an owl and she thinks really hard about things.
Cool.
Athena's just that bitch that fucking goes on Instagram and she finds like the pictures of stars with like the inspirational quotes over them. And she's like, this is so deep. And she like posts it with song lyrics online. That's what she would be if she was rather than an ancient Greek god, just like a 20-year-old white girl today.
So she's got an exotic pet that she can't look after. and she just blathers on.
In the ancient
She's got like a chinchilla and it's got like gallstones. Should I bang these girls or would that make this video demonetized? It's actually, it becomes more censored when you start having sex with them because you can't see their têtes.
Full circle.
There you go. And just like in real life, I'm good at it.
That was inappropriate.
I didn't mean
Think that,
Inappropriate.
you think that Kratos is only so angry because he's diabetic and has low blood sugar? Do you think that that's...
That could be a contributing factor to his ire.
his ire.
You got a new enemy type. You gotta use L1 to block these guys.
Oh,
off.
Could you block up until this point?
You probably could have.
Oops.
Well, this is the first time it tells you.
The game should, yeah.
The game is acknowledging that blocking was not necessary up until this point, but maybe you should consider it now. You haven't gotten to the point where you actually can use, or is it just a matter of going into a menu to spend your like red points?
Let's see.
Have you just been neglecting that this whole time? Oh yeah, you have been. So you can upgrade your main weapons, which makes sense.
Are we in agreement that the Blades of Chaos are just the best item in this game and we shouldn't bother upgrading anything else?
Yeah.
Are we all... I think everybody is...
Go for it,
They
yeah.
won't be like,
You didn't upgrade that fucking hammer you got on the guy's back.
I like in the third one they just fucking stopped trying because I guess everybody liked the Blades of Chaos too much, so everything is just Blades of Chaos.
I mean, they're pretty cool.
They are. I think they're neato.
Did he get rid of it in the new one? I didn't see them in the new one, right?
No. Oh, the like new one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just has like an axe.
Yeah, it
He
looks
has,
like he fights with more like conventional weapons.
He has like an axe that's like Thor's hammer that fucking like comes back to him. It's a little stupid. Although, that would make sense because they're fighting Norse gods now, right?
Oh, did they decide to like change the theming?
Yeah.
Oh no. I hope he fights Jesus.
He's the ghost of Sparta, though. He's not the ghost of like Sweden.
Ghost of Sweden. This is silly because the Blades of Chaos are really iconic and fun.
Check this out. Like,
Oh yeah, I love this.
He like jumps on him and he like he holds
this
his
is
back.
like super triumphant. Just
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It's a pretty easy game.
I mean, we are playing on normal,
If
to
you're a
be
little-
fair.
If you're a little fat baby, maybe you'd have some trouble with it. But look at that PNG image
Oh yeah.
of the rest of
Oh,
that
yeah.
hallway.
I wouldn't have noticed it unless.
Like when you think about when you're programming for these older consoles, you really did have to like be legit worried about like RAM limitations. The PlayStation 2 only had maybe like 1 or 2 gigs of memory for the whole system, if that.
That's it last, right?
Maybe less, yeah. Like because it was dedicated and these things couldn't multitask.
If I recall correctly,
Look it up.
like,
It might have been 512 megs.
I want to say that the fucking like Xbox 360 and PS3 only had 512 megs.
I don't know about that, but hold on. For the PS3, I don't know.
Yeah, look it up. Look up PS3 RAM.
All right, I'm gonna look up nerdy facts while you guys play cool, violent video games. No, that sounds like more my speed. You know, if I were a character in like a TV show, I'd be that like that neckbeard kid who sits at home and like figures stuff out from like Mother Base. You know, I wouldn't be the guy out in the field doing anything cool.
I think you're pretty cool.
Tomar, you're like buffer than all of us.
But I'm the nerd.
You don't get to be that anymore. You like sports now.
No, I don't.
You like being a sport.
I like being a good sport. It's important to always be gracious in victory.
Yo, dude, that's the troll from Lord of the Ring?
That was a great joke. You referenced a very popular thing.
Thank you.
That's gonna help our search terms.
Yahoo Answers is screwing my phone right now. It just created all this unnecessary white space that's growing by the second.
Just like the
Man,
current state of America.
Man,
right?
Yahoo.
Let's get political.
I don't like her face at all. Oh, it's the Gorgon.
It's a Gorgon. Ow! Oh, I hated fighting Gorgons because they could actually turn you to stone in this game, right?
Yeah, they can like turn you to a rock and one-shot you.
Yeah. These guys are some of the cheapest enemies in the game, so until you get strong enough to like
You just waste
to just
them.
waste them, yeah, they're actually pretty tedious. I remember getting one-shotted a lot by these things.
Okay, Chris, you're gonna go on death row, and they say you can either have this thing turn you into a rock, or we'll just regular electrocute you. Which do you?
All right.
There you go. You better break out.
You'd be a rock.
Yeah, I'd have a statue of me left over.
What if they say someone you really don't like is gonna get the statue of you?
Oh, are they gonna draw on me?
They might. You don't know. How mature do you think somebody you really don't like is?
They might use a hat rack. They might hang all their used jizz rags on their arms.
I feel like I still want to be the statue because it seems like it would be painless.
So you would leave a legacy over no matter how unfortunate it may be.
Grab that bitch.
Yeah.
I can't grab her yet.
Oh, you can't grab her?
Yeah, she needs to take enough damage.
The first one you fight, would you say she's harder than the standard ones?
I think that she is. Don't quote me on that, but she like fucking.
She's decimating you.
Yeah. I'll beat her. I'll beat her here.
At least
I'm
you can
pretty sure
cancel
that-
her out
there
by
we
doing
go.
that.
Yo, Lyle,
Yeah, what's up?
would you let your dick take the form of chalk for 1 year if you got paid $10 million at the end of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But what if your dick broke off?
Oh.
So it's
So
like
there's-
a little stick of chalk.
So it's like this heavy risk you're taking where you have to be really careful with your dick for the entire
full year.
or you will probably lose it permanently.
Yeah.
How much money did you say it was?
10
10
million?
million.
I could probably get like a new dick reconstructed. Worst comes to worst.
No, that does not exist.
Okay.
It does not exist.
You can't have like a finger snapped off and like repurposed as a. For $10 million, I could probably hire like bodyguards to
Guard your dick.
Yeah.
What do you
What
mean
if
bodyguards?
a
It's
simple
between your
bathroom
legs.
accident could do?
Exactly. That's what I mean.
That's the other thing. Does he still have like full function of his urethra in terms of like, can he pee?
He doesn't need to
How does
pee
he
for a year.
Okay, so you,
Ooh, I would pay $10 million to not have to pee for a year. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but your dick can fall off, and you can't have sex for a whole year.
So I don't have to pee. You realize how much time that saves?
Okay,
It's like sex, not having to pee.
okay, Lyle, your dick is chalk, and your testosterone increases 100%.
So you're just constantly ready to like fucking
You're super
fight.
horny.
You're super horny and super aggressive.
Yeah.
What if can I use the chalk?
No. If you use it, your dick will
Like,
just
it-
lose
like-
inches.
Okay, so it will like sand off. All right.
Yeah.
you're like sanding off the what will ultimately be the final volume of your penis.
So I can't have a woman like be a sexy school teacher and like write
No.
math equations with it.
Also, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, just walking around would kind of wither it down over the course of a few weeks.
I know, right? Chalk is not exactly the most like sturdy of.
You would have to lie on your back with your
Things.
dick out for a full year just to not lose any of it.
That's my dream.
build a little cage around it.
But what if
You could, yeah. They actually have those like just as things that exist for fetish purposes. So I'm sure that you could
Like
probably
a little penile cage.
Yeah, I'm sure that you could like find one that probably nestles chalk into. You could just find one and then put like a rag or something around it, you know, to insulate it. You could probably have like a pretty decent.
Maybe if you knew like some cool like chemistry tricks, you could find a way to like convert the chalk into a harder mineral temporarily or something.
I wouldn't take because all those
You wouldn't
chemicals
take any
are gonna-
chances.
Yeah, I wouldn't do much in the way of like modification with that. I would
You wouldn't whittle it down into a point.
no.
I'm actually
You wouldn't
just-
look forward to like your dick coming back as a
here's
sharp
what I would
weapon.
do is I would you know how there's like rich people versions of everything that are just nicer than the things that you have. I would look
Sure.
up what the most expensive chalk is, and I would see how it was like packaged. I'd order it from like Amazon or like no, I'd order it from their personal website. So it's like I would see how they packaged it, and then I just do that to my dick.
The more I think about it, the more hellish it seems.